Okay, so now we've got the columns to rows thing figured out. Next, we're going to talk about VLOOKUP for bills of material. So VLOOKUP comes in handy in a lot of different situations for bills of material. A couple different scenarios that we see is looking up internal part numbers or descriptions from a separate data set. Also matching customer part numbers to manufacturer part numbers can be a big one. There's a variety of cases where you might want to use it. What we're going to use it for here today is to actually check a multi-level bill of material. So in this case, I have a bill of material that has parent assemblies with sub-assemblies inside of them. And so what I want to do is I want to validate that in fact I do have this parent bill of material in my bill of material overall. So the way I would do that is, I'm going to just delete this formula here. I'm going to do a VLOOKUP. So I'm going to say equals VLOOKUP. And then I'm going to say, what is my lookup value? So what is the value that I want to validate exists or not? So I'm going to say, this is the value I want to check. And then I'm going to say, where am I looking it up from? Well, this is the camera assembly, and I want to look it up from this column. So I'm going to select this column. And then because it's only a one column table array, I'm just going to say 1 right here. And I'm going to put in that false so that it uses the exact match. When I push enter, okay, so you can see I'm getting an error message here. And so the reason I'm getting an error message is that it did not find any match. So if I were to copy the same formula down, it returned back camera assembly and said, yes, I found this over here, but it did not find this. Well, it looks like there's a spelling mistake. There's an extra S in here. So if I fix this, there you go. And that's how I know that this is now a valid parent part number. So I can do that all the way through wherever I see a parent part number and start to get a good idea of whether I have a valid BOM. Oh, so I found another example here. This one says main PCBs. Well, instead I probably wanted it to say main PCB. So I'm going to change that, remove the S, and there we go. Now I know that I've got valid parent part numbers in my bill of material.